This past week, Pope Francis singled out the Knights of Columbus for their charitable efforts and thanked them especially for helping Christians in the Middle East. He said in an address February 10th to members of this fraternal service organization, "I thank all the members of your order for seeing in our persecuted and displaced brothers and sisters of that region neighbors for whom you are a sign of God's infinite love." The Knights are a Catholic fraternal organization whose goal is to help men, families, and parishes grow in their faith. It was established more than 135 years ago by Father Michael McGivney, a priest in Connecticut who today is being considered for sainthood. A local Knights Council recently completed a year-long celebration marking its founding. Steve Kiltonic followed the council and its activities throughout the year and has this report.
On October 27th, a special Mass of Thanksgiving was held at Blessed Sacrament Church in Westfield for Knights of Columbus's Whip City Council 100. The Westfield Knights were celebrating an historic milestone, the 125th anniversary of its founding. Many of the council's members were in attendance as Springfield Bishop Mitchell Rosansky concelebrated the Mass with Father Dan Pekalik, pastor of Blessed Sacrament. The Whip City Council was founded in 1894 and is the third oldest in western Massachusetts. The Knights of Columbus were founded in 1882 by Father Michael McGivney of New Haven, Connecticut. McGivney wanted to give Irish Catholics, who were being discriminated against, a chance at a better life by offering the sick, disabled, and needy members financial aid and assistance. Ken Malo is the Grand Knight of the Whip City Council.
It was founded on 4 basic core principles: charity, unity, fraternity, and patriotism. And those founding members all worked to overcome the hardships of the time: poverty, unemployment, and even persecution.
Malo took over the reins of Council 100 3 years ago, and since then, it's seen a revival under his leadership. The Whip City Council is comprised of members from the 4 city parishes: Blessed Sacrament, St. Mary, Holy Trinity, and St. Peter St. Casimir. At various times, each of the parishes has served as the council's mother parish. Malo said the council started to hold meetings at Blessed Sacrament several years ago, and since then, membership has blossomed. Council 100 currently has 104 members, ranging in age from the 20s to the 80s, with membership ranging from a year to 60 years. 3 members have achieved a lifetime membership of 50 years or more.
Those are the older, the longest serving members, but there are people with 25 years, 30 years. I feel like a kid when I've only been here 6 years.
The council's monthly attendance hovers around 20 to 25. While Malo's helped to grow the membership, it hasn't been easy.
It's getting harder to get new members. There's so much going on in families, and you know, you have dads that are involved in sports and all kinds of things and working hours.
The Whip City Council is active in various community activities throughout the year. For the past 4 years, it's hosted a dinner to celebrate all priests in Westfield.
We just feel that the priests in Westfield deserve some recognition and support from the Knights of Columbus and from the parishes.
Come fall, the Knights collected for their annual Tootsie Roll campaign.
We raise money for folks with intellectual disabilities. You'll see us outside the churches in October, or you'll see us at Walmart, and it's a great fundraiser for us. We've been very, very blessed with what we've been able to raise and turn into district.
When a child is baptized, the Knights present each family with a special gift symbolizing innocence.
We present the mother with a white rose in honor of the fact that the child was born and being baptized into the church. And the response has just been phenomenal.
Each year, the Knights make the trek to the Massachusetts Veterans Memorial Cemetery in Agawam to help lay wreaths on the graves of veterans along with other KFC councils from Western Mass. The wreath program is a national event and usually takes place in December before the holidays. Recently, the Whip City Council also held a pancake breakfast in the Blessed Sacrament Gym, honoring altar servers and their families from the 4 parishes. Knights volunteered in the kitchen, flipping pancakes and sausage. Each altar server was presented with a certificate recognizing their effort during the year. After the breakfast, the Knights sponsored their annual free throw contest, which was open to boys and girls ages 9 to 13. The contestants competed at the charity stripe to see who could sink the most baskets. The winners in each group moved on to compete in regional competition. In December, the Knights visited Highland Elementary School in Westfield, where they dropped off 72 brand new winter coats, which were distributed to needy students at 6 elementary schools in the city.
Thank you again.
Jill Phelan, principal of Highland and a Cathedral High grad, accepted the coats on behalf of the city.
We do have some students who don't have warm winter coats, students who have coats that maybe they've outgrown and they're just not fitting them or they're not in the best shapes.
Receiving the coats brought back memories of her own grandfather, who was the Grand Knight of Chicopee Council 4044.
Just to know that they have, a nice warm coat for winter and they can go outside and play with their classmates, play outside in the neighborhood at home. I know that's something really special for them.
We got great letters of appreciation from all 4 schools for our efforts. And I'm hoping we can grow that next year.
This is on behalf of all the elementary principals, so
Well,
thank you very much.
It's a pleasure doing this.
Thank you.
Some of the Knights spoke about their involvement in the council. Joe Guerin joined 2 years ago.
I decided to join because it's such an important Catholic fraternal organization. I feel that my prayer life has been improved and the men have brought my faith closer to me.
Deacon Paul Federici is following in the footsteps of his father, who was a 4th-degree Knight.
I find with the group like the Knights that they're very spiritual men and they have a very deep faith, and that helps me in my faith as well, to see other people responding as well as they do to it. And so the Knights have that wonderful camaraderie and that wonderful faith.
A 27-year Army veteran, Mike Robotham, has been a member of the Knights since the early 80s, forming councils in North Carolina, Washington, and Hawaii. Mike heads up the Tootsie Roll drive every year. He says being a Knight helps increase his own spirituality.
How can it not, just rubbing elbows with all the other guys that are going through different parts of struggles in their lives and discovering new aspects of the faith and different things devotions that guys enjoy.
Ray Breton joined last October in response to what he witnessed in today's political climate.
There seemed to be an anti-Christian Catholic bias going on in the media and the government. And when they started besmirching the Knights of Columbus, I was a little offended. And I feel that we have to take a stand sometimes in life and stand up and be counted. And we can't deny our heritage and our roots.
Greg Perot, whose grandfather was a 4th-degree Knight, has been a member for 22 years.
Thought it would be setting a good example to the family to be participating in charity and support of the church in our community.
His responsibility is the altar server breakfast.
Their presence is always appreciated and it's not distracting. They do a great job. So it's good to recognize them.
Another one of his favorite activities is wreaths across America.
I'm not a veteran, but it gave me a much greater appreciation of the service that veterans do, and especially of the living.
Bob Sass, a regional field agent with the Knights, covers 9 councils in Western Mass, selling insurance and recruiting new members, which has risen steadily over the past 18 years.
With the secularization of our society, we're seeing a lot of young people want to make a decision to follow our Lord Jesus Christ and follow the gospel, and that's a draw.
After the Mass and during the anniversary breakfast, the Whip City Council 100 was recognized by the KFC National Office for their dedication and service.
12 years after Father McGivney started it, this council was formed. We've been a part of Westfield for 125 years, and I have hopes that we'll be part of Westfield for another 125 years.
The Whip City Council 100, continuing the Knights' long history of charity, unity, fraternity, and patriotism in Westfield.
Congratulations, God's blessings, and many, many more years to come. May Council 100 serve our Lord as the Knights, ever proud, ever strong. God bless you.
For Real to Real, I'm Steve Kiltonic.